What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, the Humble Savage. Today we are reviewing the Float Life half and halves, and we dropped it, baby. Let's get into it. So from the moment you step on the board, you instantly feel the difference in the stability. Yes, some are going to say it's harder to carve left and right, but what I want to do with my build, I primarily ride trails, and I'm looking for something that's the most stable for me, because I'm already over 200 pounds, I'm top heavy, so I figured drop the center of gravity, it'll make it more stable, and it definitely does. Being heavier, I usually carve more with my body than trying to tilt my feet anyway, and if one day if I get into doing tricks, we'll see how that works out and whatnot. Maybe we'll put something different or put the stock back on. But for now, right here, what you're seeing is key for me. So this is a path that I take frequently. And I have taken a nosedive on this multiple times because of the ups and downs on the sidewalk. If I were to take these at speed, which I'm doing right now and I'm not having any issue, and the next one up here I take a little faster as well, because that's one that I've taken a nosedive on. Usually the board will cut out a nosedive because that hard hit causes the board to draw on more battery, which then causes the nose to dip, and I've eaten it at that spot probably twice now. But as you can see, even whatever wobble it does get, it quickly resolves itself because the board's not top heavy. You don't kick left and right real hard. It's just a nice, smooth, buttery ride. Seen somebody comment somewhere where they called it surfy, which is actually a real good way to put it. Like the way you carve, it's real surf-like. But from here, we're just gonna get on to my local spot. It's got a little trail that goes around it. I hit this pretty frequently, and we're gonna see how the board handles it. Now, the key thing with this trail is the hill that we're going to go down first when we get to the spot. But from here, I'm going to cut forward a little bit, show you guys some buttery smooth street action and how it acts, and then we're going to cut right into the trail. So, enjoy. Alright, so as we pull up to the road that leads over to the trail spot, I'll let y'all know I've never been confident really on the street. Like, trying to go fast on the street is not my thing. The trails, on the other hand, I try to rip them. Streets hurt a lot more. But this hill, I just pretty much, this is a bumpy hill, and I just try to keep a decent pace and go down it. I could probably go down it faster now, since I've been riding the board more, but look how stable it is. And this is like loose rock. Now what's going to be most impressive, stick around to the end, because just like we came down, we go up. And I'm going to tell you one thing, I've never been able to go up that hill. And I'm talking just go straight up the hill. Yeah, a bunch of wide carves, pick up a bunch of speed beforehand. But no, stick around. I'm telling you, lowering the board makes a huge difference. But let's go bust this trail, man. So as we start to dig into this trail, Let me tell you what we're dealing with out here. So it's a mix of mud, mix of wet leaves, mix of some rock. But in either case, this spot is not the easiest to ride. Like, slipping out is a constant occurrence here. Bust my tail a bunch of times. Actually, there's a video from before that I put up where I bust my tail nice out here. I'll play it right here for you.
We hit a root and bit it.
And yeah, I might have hit a root in that one, so it'll be a little bit different, but that just goes to show you what we're dealing with. Like, you don't know what's underneath these leaves that's out here. Now on this side it starts to get muddy, and you'll see, like, we try to do our best to, you know, maintain and keep speed, but cruising. Nothing crazy fast again. I'm gonna come back down here. Since I've made this video, I've made some changes to the board, and she's a ripper now with this drop kit, man. I cannot wait to show you guys pretty much what I think is my final build, because I'm done putting money into this board, man. Now, many people wonder, since the board's lower, do you gotta worry about your tail as much, or clipping things, yada yada yada? Honestly, from the riding I've done on it so far, there's only one mentality you have to have having a drop kit on the trails, and that's manage your tail. You just need to know that as you go over things, you need to push forward more to keep your tail from hitting. Like there, tail slides a little bit, but you push forward, get back on that wheel, and the wheel will take over for you. We're about to get up here to a spot. I'm actually going to turn around and go back over this little ledge. But I do this on purpose just so you can see how, like, yeah, your tail will drag more when you have the lowering kit. But learn to manage your tail. Like I said, I'm excited to record another video for you guys showing you my final setup, because I've learned how to manage the tail, and this thing flies now. Checking out my local lake real quick. Like I said, the spot we come down here fishing. This is the hangout spot.
Man,
this is White City Lake.
Right now. Phew.
But yeah, let's spin around. You see that little ledge right there? We're going to turn around and we're going to come back over this. And you're going to see how, yes, the tail does slide. I didn't really manage it much on this one, just so you can see how much it can slide on something like this. It can be dangerous, I will admit. I've hit some trails and done some things, and if you're not thinking about managing your tail, like if you just pass this board off to your buddy and you don't tell him that it's lowered and he just starts riding, he's like, something feels different with it, and you let him take a downhill or a drop, he might get a little jacked up, because he's definitely going to slide. Now see there, if I would have popped up and as I landed just pushed harder on the front, my tail would have never dragged. I would have landed perfectly on the wheel and kept moving. Now this thing has made me ride faster, because one, being heavier, I don't overpower the motor so much being top heavy, since I'm below the axles and the activation point. And two, just the stability just has given me that much more confidence, to where, like, I just let it fly. Like, even all of this here, I've come back here on this and fall off my board a lot back here, just because there's a lot of roots back here. But it tips, and I just get back into it, and it's good to go. Now, I'm going to skip forward through this, and I'm going to get to where this really shows its face, at least for me. Like I said, I'm over 200 pounds, say 208 on a good day, and hills are not my friend, mud is not my friend, resistance against the motor period is not my friend. Gravity loves me. But check this out. Now, on any normal day, I would have picked up a bunch of speed coming into this and then started doing some wide cars. I'm going to be quiet as we go up this hill, because you'll hear when the motor starts surging, Imagine if I was higher up over the board and was applying more pressure, it would surge so much more.
Good job, Jake. Good job, man. You did this shit, Brody.
So yeah, that's my quick review on the Float Life lowering kit, the half and halves. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, stick around, because there's a lot more trail riding coming to this setup. Peace out, y'all.